This term parrhesia, the meaning of the word is a boldness of speech. And so immediately, I think for most people, it would call to mind that sense of the way in which we think about the prophets, speaking confidently and boldly about the faith, and sometimes saying those things which would be unpopular. Some definitions talk about speaking truth to power.
I heard about the Catholic Day of Action. I immediately knew that this was something that I wanted to do. I see advocacy for justice towards immigrants and for human rights of immigrants and the human rights of all people as being pro-life. So I felt strongly that this was something that I should be involved in.
So here, I think you see the beauty of Catholic social teaching coming together, that a group of Catholics raising their voice on behalf and in solidarity with another group who are extremely vulnerable.
So it's hard to understand what they're...
Protests sort of had two components. There were a series of prayers, there was testimony, sort of witness, the need for Catholics to speak out on behalf of these lives that have been lost and are being lost along the border and in detention.
St. Thomas Aquinas tells us that...
The second part of the event was we went inside the Russell Senate office building, and this was a planned act of civil disobedience. Mentally, I was outside my comfort zone. I was breaking the law. I was handcuffed. I've never been handcuffed in my life. I was detained. I didn't know when I would be released. On the day of the event, other than praying and singing and chanting with people, I didn't speak publicly. I didn't use my voice. I used my body. My body was one of the 71 bodies that was arrested and detained. Right? So sometimes speaking boldly can mean putting your body in a place where you don't feel all that comfortable. For me, stepping out of my comfort zone let me think about the experience of migrants, let me express solidarity with those migrants.
Within the course of our history, if we think about some of the marches in Selma against segregation, if we go back even earlier to someone like Dorothy Day, who would absolutely be another example of a Catholic layperson who was not afraid to speak boldly, to speak truth to power, her experience in jail was really transforming in terms of her understanding of the vulnerability of someone who's been arrested, of the despair of people who they encountered, and it informed her work. And so I think that it's part of this tradition of a nonviolent protest, of putting even yourself in a situation that is not typical, in hopes of being able to call people's attention to the matter at hand.
What are the reasons why people are fleeing those countries to our south?
Amen.
And start addressing with humility and vulnerability